Hello! So this video is just gonna be a bunch of speed paints and things like that while I talk about artfight. This was my first year doing artfight, so that was super exciting. And what I typically do when I'm getting into something new is I'll just watch like 500 YouTube videos about it until I completely understand everyone in the entire world's opinion on this thing and like how it should be done and whatever, even though like art fight isn't really something where like there's a correct way really to do it, like how many attacks you should do, like etc. Obviously there's like some like etiquette and stuff that I'm really glad that I did watch a bunch of videos about so that I could learn, just so that I know like, oh okay, I need to comment on everyone's attack, like that's like I would have done that anyway, but like I'm glad that like I at least was told like some of like the unsaid rules of art fight before I got into it. So but I came up with like 10 different things that I've been doing during this art fight that I think have really helped me. I've seen a huge noticeable difference in my artwork, even just having done it for like what, today's like the 13th, so yeah, for like 13 days. I took like 3 or so of those days and just didn't draw, because on the days that I was drawing, I was like going ham. I was balls to the walls in it. Like I was drawing like 8 hours a day. July's really slow for my work, so it's been really nice to be able to just like finally be creative for a little bit and use that time that I have where it's slow and just like really go into drawing. So but yeah, here's like 10 different things that I've been doing that I think that you should do too if you're looking for some sort of advice or direction about your art fight experience. So the first one I'm going to say is use it as an opportunity to experiment with different styles. Because you're just giving it to someone and it's not like a commission where someone's like, I like your art style and I'm going to pay you to draw in that art style. You're not bound to whatever laws you have in your head about line art or coloring or shapes or anything like that. Like you can just do whatever the heck you want and no one will say, oh, well, I really liked your style on your page and you didn't draw like that, so now I'm mad. Like no one fucking cares. It's a gift that you're giving someone, so you're not bound to any rules. Use this as an opportunity to just go crazy. You always draw with like, you know, really thick line art. Now you're gonna draw with no line art, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, I always use like complementary colors in my palette. This time you're doing tertiary or whatever. Like it's like, I know that I use it as an opportunity to try and learn how to render in like a painting style, because I really love like game splash art and like Magic the Gathering card art and stuff like that, where it's very heavily rendered. There's a very distinct light source and they use tons of colors to make it super dynamic. And so I was like, I want to draw like that. So I was like, well, why don't I just try? And like, obviously it's not going to turn out the way that I want it to. Like, it's not going to be like Magic the Gathering style art on like try 1 or even try 10. But like, let me just like get out of my comfort zone where I always use the freaking dry ink brush and I always use cell shading and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just going to go crazy here and I'm going to see what happens. And I've really been loving it. I think I'm going to call this new style like oil spill bruise style because all of the colors are like mixing together in like the shadows and the lights. And I'm trying to use like every single color as much as possible. And, you know, it's like, oh, I'm not just doing purple shadows. I'm going to do green and blue and purple and orange shadows now. So beat that. I don't know how many shadows you got, but I think I'm winning. So anyway, no, I'm having fun with it. And I really think I've discovered something that I really like. Like I like when it looks super vibrant and colorful. And I think I'm getting the hang of like rendering with the brush pack that I got. It was from this tutorial. I can link it. It was like a $5 tutorial that I bought like years ago when I was trying to learn rendering again, but I just never did it. And so now I'm like, I'm just gonna use the brushes that I bought, you know, instead of the free ones on Procreate, like the ones that I use my real money for. I guess I should use them. So anyway, let's move on. Number 2, I have been working on dynamic posing and foreshortening. Yeah, I'm one of them bitches that's afraid of foreshortening. Shoot me, but don't shoot me in that foreshortened position where the gun's close to the camera, because I won't be able to draw it. No, it's foreshortening is so hard, and I just avoid it. Like, I had some classes in animation school where they really forced us to work on dynamic posing. It was always such a chore when, you know, you have to figure out like perspective, but on like an object that also has anatomy and also has lighting, and like, ugh. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet here. I'm gonna practice foreshortening. So I did. I looked at some Pinterest stuff, and I was like, just kind of using that as my warm up of like looking up like super foreshortened pose on Pinterest and then just drawing it. And sometimes I would use those as a base for an attack, which was pretty cool, because I'm like, well, I liked the sketch I did in my warm-up. Why don't I just reuse that as the base? So that's been fun. And I think I'm getting better at it. Still can't draw feet, but I think that'll be my goal next year. It's just every character that I draw, I have to also draw their dogs. So maybe next year, not this year. I can't draw feet, won't draw feet. I refuse. Anyway, number 3. Oh, this was just a tip. This isn't something I've been doing. I mean, I have been doing it, but I thought it was interesting when I saw on TikTok, this TikTok that was like, your comment on an attack is always you screaming about how much you love the art. Like, you have to reply to an attack with all caps. At some point in the attack, your comment has to be all caps, basically making the artist feel like you're screaming at them about how much you love it. So I didn't know that was a rule, and I think on my first couple attacks that I received, I commented in like my typical lowercase, like, thank you so much, this is very beautiful. But I didn't mean it like to say it like, oh, thank you so much, this is beautiful. I meant to say it like, wow, this is genuinely great. But I think the screaming, the all caps, really gets that point across better. So I've been doing that as the responses from this point forward. So I'm good. You clocked me, TikTok. Thank you for the tip. Number 4, if you're going to do something like make a meme of a character as an attack or draw them in an alternate universe or something, you should probably ask them first. And I found myself doing this where I found this rat character that I really liked. And I was like, wow, this is dope. This person has just a bunch of rats and mice as their OCs. I want to draw one. But I had the cursed thought, because I always do. I always have some cursed thought when I'm like looking at something and trying to draw it. I'm like, but what if I drew it like that meme of like a dog in the 0.5 lens where their snout is like really big and their eyes are like really far back and it's like super foreshortened and like the lens is doing that? I was like, that would be really funny. But then I saw in their permissions, they didn't mention whether you were allowed to meme them. And I didn't know if these characters were like super serious or something. It didn't seem like it. Like, it seemed like this person had a sense of humor. I was like digging through their attacks and defenses. I was like, I think there's some memes in here. Don't really know, because I don't know them. I don't know what's a meme and not. So I just DM'd them and I was like, hey, is it okay if I draw like a unserious meme of your character? And they were like, absolutely. I'm going to add that to my global permissions right now. So ask first. It's probably going to be a yes if they don't say anything against it, but it's always good to ask first. And I think also it kind of helped build the tension between me and this random user of like, I'm going to draw a meme of your character. And they're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fun because then they're waiting for it. And like, then I was kind of obligated to actually do it. So that was cool. All right. Number 5, something that I've been doing is attacking beginner artists. Not necessarily, like, I don't mean this in a weird way. Like, I'm trying not to, like, make it weird. But, like, sometimes you can tell that someone is newer to art or they're younger, like, just based on, like, I know how I drew and all of my friends drew when we were, like, 13 to 17. There's no rules. You know what I mean? for character design when you're just starting out. And you're like, I'm gonna give him horns and a tail and a crazy jacket and a chain. And like, I feel like that adds so much to the character design for people to draw, because you're like, wow, like they weren't copying some generic character. This was literally straight out the dome. Like, this is like crazy in a great way. Like, so I love drawing those characters, because it's like, I'm not like, I don't care if I get this god tier, League of Legends splash art type, attack back, like revenge or whatever. I just want to draw your cool designed character, like it's really about the gift at the end of the day. And it's like really fun to just be like, haha, here you go. Like, I love that. So especially because I see a lot of these artists that like are probably like 13 to 17 or whatever, like not getting a lot of attacks. And it's like they're clearly attacking people. Like, they clearly want to be here. Like, let's attack them back. Like, let's attack them. Let's freaking find these people and attack them. And I just feel like it brings so much more joy than if you're just like, ooh, let me Google like the best artists on Artfight and only attack them because I want like really good art back. And it's like, you're still going to get really good art. It's just not going to be in the style that you're looking for. But anyway, I loved attacking just a bunch of people that didn't have as many attacks or that were younger. It was very fun. And I'm going to continue to do that, I think. So, number 6, have a variety of finish levels. This is something I've been doing where I'm not rendering every single attack in like super painterly style or whatever, especially because I'm new to it. So to me, it takes a lot of mental energy to think about the decisions that I'm making as I'm rendering, because I don't know what the frick I'm doing. So like it takes a lot out of me. Like, I can only really do one of those a day, and it has to be after my morning coffee and after what happens after my morning coffee. Otherwise I can't sit still. I can't like actually sit there and just freaking draw like my life depends on it and make all those decisions. So I've been doing some sketchier attacks, some attacks in my older style before I tried to do rendering. And I'm still going to use that style. I'm not saying like that's over, this is the new me, like whatever. But it's like, I think it's helping me feel less stressed out and not procrastinate as much, because like I don't feel obligated to like there's always that like mental battle when you sit down and you're about to like do something on a blank canvas where you're like, if you're in your head and you're like, this has got to be god tier art, this has to be my best ever, like it's like you're probably not going to finish it, or you're going to be overthinking it the whole time. So I just kind of like draw until it feels good, until it stops feeling good, basically. Like, if I'm like really into it and I want to render it, I will. If I don't, I won't, and I'll just post it like it is. Sometimes it takes me in a different direction than I thought. Like with the rat drawing, I was like drawing the foreshortened thing, and then I like made it creepy for some reason, and I was like, I don't know if I like that it's creepy, but I'm like, but I like that it's creepy. I just don't know if other people will like that it's kind of creepy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna lean into this. I'm gonna make it like as if this rat is in like an ARG YouTube video where like they're exploring a haunted house with like an old camera that one of their friends is pointing on them. So like, you know what? I'm realizing I really like that rat drawing that I am talking about it, because it's like I'm using that as an example for everything. So maybe I got to do more stuff like that. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, let your path take you where it's going to take you. Don't have an expectation of where it's going to go. If you're worried about procrastinating or burning out or stressing out about your attacks, then, just let the wind take you where it's going to take you. Get on that inner tube and go down the lazy river. I mean, don't be lazy about it, but like, you're picturing it. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on. Number 7. One thing that I've been doing is searching for characters with different tags to find something that I'm itching to draw. So I was like, I want to draw a centaur. I have a character that I haven't drawn yet because I'm afraid of drawing horses, because they're okay. I am low-key afraid of horses, first of all. I'm also afraid of drawing horses because their anatomy is crazy. Like, all of their muscles are very visible under their skin because they have so much muscle. Like they're just like ripped, jacked dudes and ladies. There are female horses. And that's intimidating to me because I'm not very good at anatomy. So I've been avoiding drawing centaurs, even though I want to, because I have a character concept in my head for a centaur. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look up centaurs and see if maybe I can practice with someone else's character. And I found this gorgeous deer character that's like kind of made, like constructed like a centaur, where it's like the top half of the body is like more human proportion, and then the bottom half is more deer proportion. They have like the 4 legs and everything. And so, yeah, I was just kind of looking up stuff. I also searched up Amazing Digital Circus OCs because I just watched that because, oh man, I love the Amazing Digital Circus. I know the fandom is trash or something, but I enjoyed it so much. I watched it twice in 1 week, and that was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still on that high. So I was like, I want to draw characters from that universe, like, you know, people doing like, you know, extra characters that they're going to add to that, put their OCs in that universe, because I love it. So I looked up a couple of those and I'm planning on drawing them soon. But yeah, the tags feature I thought was really cool because it's like sometimes you're itching to draw something specific, and that allows you to kind of do that. So definitely would recommend that, especially if you don't know what to draw, but you kind of know what you want to draw. If things aren't, you know, clicking for you on your hit list at the moment, just search something up and it's fun. You can also sort by attack ratio. So it's like if someone's putting out a lot of attacks and not getting a lot back, you can put that as one of the filters, which is really cool. So I've been doing that. Number 8. Let's see. What did I write here? It's like a freaking block. Yeah, I have a script. Shut up. It's not really a script. It's like bullet points. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is like for attacking like popular artists and like YouTuber artists and etc. People with a following, right? If they have a lot listed under defense with this year's icon, like, you know, the Team Tragedy, Team Mystery, Team whatever, comedy. How can I forget my own team? Team Comedy, obviously. If they have a lot under their defense for this year, but not a lot under their attack section, they're probably not going to attack you back. Duh. Sorry. That's a little sassier than I wanted it to be. But I feel like that's okay. You know, you should still draw their character if you want to draw their character. But if you're kind of at this point where you're like, man, I'm sad that I don't have very many people attacking me. I mean, maybe it's not a good use of your time if that's your goal, to get art back. So just kind of think of like where you're at in the process, what would be good for you to be able to motivate yourself to keep going. Because I know that if I didn't get any attacks and it was, you know, July 13th as it is now, I would probably be a little sad. So just try and draw. If you're looking for attacks, just draw people that have a similar, you know, like you can look on their profile and see if they're revenging people, and then just draw those characters from those types of people. I know I always revenge people, unless I'm in a mass attack. I don't really, I have opinions on mass attacks. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm a new person to this art fight thing, so I don't really get an opinion until, that's my policy at least, until the month is over. Then I can reflect back and have my opinions about things that are stronger. I say as I'm telling you all of my opinions, but whatever. I don't know. Mass attacks are weird, especially if none of the characters have anything to do with each other. Number 9. Oh, we're closing in on the end, guys. You're going to miss me so much. You're going to have to subscribe or something so that when I make another video, you can, you know, hang out with me again. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. That wasn't awkward at all. So number 9 is to do warm-ups with Pinterest poses. I said this earlier. Why am I saying this again? Whatever, I wrote it twice, I guess. Do warm-ups with Pinterest poses, and then if one of them comes out really cool, then use it for a base. The end. Number 10. Oh yeah, this is my rant about what art fight is for. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about art fight, and I've been doing it for 13 days, so clearly I'm the expert here on giving you advice, but no, art fight is not for a grade. It's not for money. It's not even for glory, because it's just an online platform that doesn't even exist in the real world. It's just for fun. It's just fun. Don't take things too seriously. Like, seriously, if someone doesn't revenge you or they don't comment on your attack, don't take it personally. Like, don't get caught up in this drama about art fight. Like, there's so much drama on TikTok. Oh my God. There's so many people that are like, oh, I hate team comedy because they're winning and they all suck and they need to, you know, not win. And it's like, who cares? Like, I thought we were all doing this just to draw. I mean, it's cool that there's a point system. It's motivating when you know, make an attack and then you get all the points for it and you're like, wow, that's cool. I get rewarded for my efforts, you know, besides, you know, literally giving someone art and having them be happy about it. But it's like, I feel like on TikTok and like other platforms, it's like people are literally screaming over like a game of Uno. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious. Like, why are we all freaking out about this? It's like, I feel like the internet just loves creating drama where there really isn't any. And so it's like, another thing is like, it's the perfect storm, right? Because one of the downfalls of creative people is we get wrapped up in our own little world. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people, including myself, are like obsessed with art fight because it's happening right now. And it's like, you're spending so much time with it. It's all you think about. That's like half of what I'm talking to my husband about now. It's like, I'm drawing this character and it's so amazing. And it's like, we get so wrapped up in our own little world that it's easy for us to actually like respect the drama enough to like give it the time of day. And it's like, it's a strength for when we are being creative to get wrapped up in things, because then we can create like magical and amazing worlds because we're just like so in it that like our brain just keeps going on that pipeline of a thought where you're just like, let me experience this thought until it is like lived up to everything it can live up to, and I've expounded upon it so much that I completely like understand where I'm going with this world and stuff. Like, it's like, that's a strength, right? For us to like think a thought until it's like literally like beating a dead horse. But it's also a weakness, right? Because we're susceptible to taking everything to the extreme and making everything extremely important about that thing. And it's like, I just feel like art fight is not serious. It's a little website where we gift each other art. The end. Sometimes we get points, and sometimes your team wins, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes you make friends. Sometimes you find new people, new artists that you like on YouTube or TikTok or on art fight or whatever. That you're like, wow, this is really cool. We're all doing this art fight thing together. That's so heartwarming that the entire world is coming together to draw each other's characters. Like, that's so cool. So like, don't make it serious. Like, you should have things that you specifically want to get out of art fight. For me, that's just improving and experimenting and like doing things that I wouldn't normally do because I'm not held back by having to post it as like, this is entirely my own creation, because it's not. It's someone else's character that they spent time making, and now I'm just drawing them and rendering them in a different way than they would. So I don't have as much ownership over it, over like the art that I'm creating, which I feel like kind of opens me up to being more experimental and creative and not being super attached to whether it's good, you know? So that's something that I'm trying to get out of art fight. I hope that people watching this video that are also doing art fight have similar goals, where you're trying to do something with it, you know? You're making it your own. You're using this opportunity however you're using it, and not getting caught up in the drama and not beating yourself up if you don't get a ton of attacks done, you know? Art takes time. Art takes a lot of mental effort, and it's draining, but it's so fun. But it's so draining sometimes, especially when you're trying to learn new things. And we do have a sort of deadline of like it being over at the end of July. So I know that stresses a lot of people out too. Just try to have fun with it. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, thank you for watching my video and my speed paints. I am out of breath from talking. I'm not tearing up. It's just so emotional. Oh my God. No, it's it's not. I am just out of breath because I had way too much caffeine before recording this. So anyway, I might make another video in the future. I'm gonna keep drawing because I'm having so much fun with it, and I went to school for animation, and then I got a job in software, so I'm like not, you know, drawing all the time because that's not like what I do for money, and it's not what I do like as my hobbies and stuff usually. So I'm excited that Art Fight is getting me back into it, and I might keep doing, I hope I keep doing art. You know, I do it from time to time, but it's like, this has really been like, okay, I'm gonna draw like all day, every day, you know what I mean? So I hope that I keep drawing to a similar degree that I am now after Art Fight ends, and I hope that I keep making videos because this was kind of fun to record, and it's fun to be able to share my speed paints because yeah, I put effort into them, and it's cool to have that be seen by people. So yeah, all right, that's the end of my extremely long wrap up, and yeah, catch ya in another video. Thanks for watching.